From WENY News, this is First Warning Weather.
Well, welcome back. It's a mild evening across the Twin Tiers. Temperatures in many locations still in the 60s, eventually dropping into the 50s tonight, but we rebound nicely for tomorrow. Very close to where we were this afternoon. Then some changes by late tomorrow night into Friday as we track our next cold front. Now for the almanac today, we had a high temperature of 81 degrees above the record, which was 79. That was previously set at 1946. So a record-breaking day for us. Pretty impressive considering we started out at 40 degrees. And then tomorrow looks like we're in record territory again. Also forecasting 81, but the record is only 74. So looks like we easily break that for tomorrow. Tracking a cold front back to the west right now, and you can see some pretty strong thunderstorms to the west of Chicago. This loses its punch as it pushes farther off to the east, but a couple showers can't be ruled out late tomorrow night and into Friday morning, but a more noticeable temperature drop once the front comes through. At this hour, 50s and some 60s, so it is quite mild, and we're not expecting too much more of a temperature drop through the overnight period. Tomorrow, like I mentioned, another unseasonably warm day, 81 the 5-degree guarantee. We're dry through the day with a mixture of sun and clouds, and for the trick-or-treaters tomorrow evening, it's looking dry as well. The clouds will be on the increase. We'll have some breezy conditions, but notice the temperatures here, upper 60s and lower 70s, so very pleasant trick-or-treating weather. Speaking of the winds, they start to ramp up through the afternoon, some gusts over 20 miles an hour into the evening, and especially during the overnight period. This as that cold front comes a little bit closer, and eventually once that front comes through, the winds shift out of the north and northwest, and we get that temperature drop during the day on Friday. So let's track the temperatures Friday. Looks like we get a high temperature in the very early morning hours. This is 3 a.m., 65 degrees. We'll back off a little bit through the morning, may briefly get into the low 60s again, but then towards evening, 50s, and looks like we're stuck in the 50s for the upcoming weekend. So seasonably cool Saturday and Sunday. 79 is what we forecast today. 81 was our official high temperature, a record-breaking day. 52 tonight under partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, another warm one. 81 will be the 5-degree guarantee. We cool off during the day Friday. Dry over the weekend with temperatures in the 50s. But Morrissey, as we head into next week, we're back up into the 60s and even some lower 70s possible for Election Day on Tuesday. So it looks like weather should not be an issue as you head out to the polls on Tuesday. Mix of sun and clouds at a high temperature of 72.
Those are some crazy temperatures for the beginning of November.
Right, you wouldn't expect, especially tomorrow, 81 degrees like what we had today. But again, we kind of correct that a little bit over the weekend.
Well, and I'm also glad to hear that it'll be nice for the trick-or-treaters tomorrow.
Yeah, should be very nice.
All right, let's look at that trivia question.
Here we go. And the question, we're talking about the all-time record high temperature for October in Elmira. What do you think?
I'm going to go with B, 86. That seems somewhat reasonable.
It's actually 93.
93.
We've had 93, and that happened twice, back in 1905 and 1951.
Wow, quite some time ago. All right, thanks, Joe.